All right, folks, welcome back. We are here, and check it out. This is our iron ingot production. Like I said, pyramids. Let's take a look. This is going to be the iron ingot processing for our starter base. And obviously it's not perfectly done yet. This is obviously going to be filled. I got some polishing to do, but I had some time to record, and since most of the nuts and bolts are done, there's not really much else to do but tidy a couple things up. So I thought I'd bring you back in here. Yeah, what we got going on here is we're taking 4 of our normal iron nodes, and with the miner Mark II, they'll produce 120. But we're going to overclock these bad boys to put out 270. Obviously, that's the important number because that's what our Mark III belts can process. So 270 belts 270 ore from 4 miners. Okay. That's a total of, hold on, I got my spreadsheet here. That's a total of 1,080 iron ore that we're processing. And we're processing it in a total of 15 smelters. There's 12 on this bottom floor. And then on this top floor, we have 3. But that's still the bottom floor. I haven't figured out a way to get up to the top floor better. I'm thinking I'm just putting a ladder somewhere, but we'll see. And this is the top floor. It's just, and this is a little bit more polished. I mean, maybe I had to update some belts. I'm going to go through here and double check all the belts and stuff, but that's 15 smelters. Now, you might be thinking, let's do some math. 180 ore divided by 30, which is the recipe, is 36 smelters. You're correct. We are overclocking everything. In fact, all 15 except for this is overclocked. So they're all processing 75. And the first question I know, it's going to be the total power requirement for this specific part of the factory is 192 megawatts. So I'm more than happy to do that. We're not gonna have problem with power as we get further into the game, so I don't mind pushing the power a bit. But yeah, let me. So the ore comes in on the bottom floor, and it's belted up. There's 2 belts here, and then there's two belts that come in back here. There's 1 and then 2 over here. Yeah, right there. And then all of this is splitting. We're both not only are we splitting the inputs of ore to load balance the I didn't do this part. Oh yeah, I had to bring this down. I'll goes like something like that. I'm gonna make this stuff a little bit nicer, but at the moment this is what it is. So all the ore goes in to the smelters from the outside of the pyramid, right? On the outside edge, right here, right? And then all the inputs are going in through the bottom floor to, again, be split. But more importantly, these lines got to get split because they're going out to individual parts of the factory to provide ingots for those specific functions. And so all of this is to achieve that. And then if you come over to this side, I put some temporary signs in. We have 8 lines coming out of this factory. And we have specific amounts going to these factories because that's how I planned it. But we got 30 going to iron plates, 150 iron plates, 150 iron plates. This one's 225 to iron rods. We got 250 going to screws, 200 to steel, 45 to steel, and then 30 to screws. These are all our belts, and this is what I call a logistics floor. Very, very, very good. So like we can do a lot of splitting, you know, at the bottom there, all that sort of messy conveyor stuff, and then up here we can kind of make it look a bit cleaner. I'm thinking, I don't know what I want. I like normally having like little pads somewhere to walk between the machines, and so that way I can like check on the status of them and stuff like that. But I don't know. These pyramids offer a unique challenge to building, and I'm sure I'm going to get more and more familiar with this as I go. But yeah, this is the iron ingot part of the factory done. I'm not going to be turning it on just yet. Like I've showed you, it's all overclocked. So as we start adding more pyramids and more machines, I'm going to have to revisit my coal generator production. And that means I'm probably going to be making a new coal power plant. I think over here, because there's 4 normal nodes right here, and I'm gonna probably bring them out to the bay and do some stuff there. By the way, in between episodes, I did a ton of exploring. I'm trying to get everything out of the Rocky Desert first, and I've narrowed it down to 7 slugs and 1 summer sloop. So I'm gonna start working my way. I think I'm gonna head, actually, as soon as I clear up this area, I'm going to head down to the Green Plains and go hunt for slugs. As you can see, this is going to take a lot of power shards. Speaking of which, I've done one other thing. We're going to do one other thing this episode, and that is I figured what we'll do is when I'm doing these parts of the base, I'm going to unlock a milestone every episode. So that way we're making some slow progress, but we'll make some progress on our milestones at the same time that we're working on our starter factory. So, but what I've done is I've spaghettified our setup that we currently have. That's like half concrete right now, and I'm belting a lot of those parts into my sorting system right now. So I'm accumulating parts up there. In fact, we got to head up there. So I want to show you. I did a lot of exploring. I have made a lot of these dimensional depots. So just about every bin has a dimensional depot. And so you'll see on the side here, I have done a pretty good job of getting that stuff belted in. So we're getting closer and closer. This main part of the factory is going to get there soon enough. As you can see, there's still a lot. Like I want to have some lights in here. I have some interesting thoughts about, I don't want every single pyramid to be like the exact same copy of a pyramid, right? I kind of want it to be unique. So I'm going to try to do some little different things here and there to spice it up. And one of those things is going to be lighting. So I don't know what the plan is yet, but yeah, let's go up. We'll unlock a milestone and I'll end the episode. We already spent a ton of time on the MAM. Let's go ahead and check out. This is the one I wanted because these are Mark IV belts. They do 480 a minute, which means that from our normal nodes, we can now pull out 300. Now, I'm not going to change the starter base. I've already set up my what I want, and I'm pretty satisfied with what I got going so far. But what I do want to do is have 300 being pulled from the coal nodes for my future coal factory. And I'm going to have to do that before I finish off the starter base so that I have enough power for the starter base. So we want this. I'm not using trucks right now, but I will be having to truck coal to the starter base from where we currently have our coal set up at. So let's get this stuff in and listen to Ada. I haven't heard her voice in a while.
Milestone reached. The transportation of resources can reach new heights of efficiency. With the Mark IV belts and lifts, the truck, but even more importantly, your effort. Handling a large and complicated vehicle like the truck should come easy to a well-trained pioneer such as you. They are an obvious improvement over tractors concerning industrial purposes. Improvements for personal use were not measured.
Thank you. Yeah, there's not much to look at here. The truck is just a bigger tractor. That's really all it is. And we've got these belts before. They just do 480 a minute. The only thing worth mentioning is the resource they use. It's a bit on the expensive side. It's these encased industrial beams. So, yeah, those are kind of expensive, but we're obviously going to have to use them. So, and then obviously here we got the truck. Super cool. Like I said, they have way more inventory, so really, really neat. We'll be trucking stuff from this coal setup that we have over here, I think, down the coast to our factory, and so we'll get coal in that way. But yeah, that's going to be this episode, guys. We took out a whole bunch of MAM stuff, probably a whole episode's worth on its own, and so we're pretty good here. We also built our iron ingot production. It's not super polished, but we're going to polish it as we go and as we figure out best practices going forward. I plan on having these pyramids sort of basically surrounding this big pyramid, right? Like all around the edges. And maybe having some like out and about, like further away. So yeah, I'm excited. Starter base is going great. I'm just working. I'll leave you off here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of the Pioneer Orientation and Optimization program. See you next time. All right, folks, we're back. And I've done a lot of work since I left you off. I've tidied up a good bit, and I wanted to show you my progress and in the episode. I've added some lights, so at night the lights come on in here. Yeah, strips of these are signs. You just place them up, and then all you do is pick a color, make the emission strength really high. What does glossy look like? Doesn't change anything at all. But that's another way to add a little bit of light to these places. It's not like real light though. These are actual light. Anyway, this is looking great. I'm not messing too much with this anymore. This is the iron ingot production. Yeah. So let's look at our other pyramids. I actually made two pyramids. One is my iron plate and iron rods. And I was trying to put them here, but they don't fit. And so I decided to put a smaller factory section here, and that's the concrete. Some of this stuff is temporary. Like, I don't know if I'm leaving that open. Maybe I am. But here we got overclocked constructors making 90 total concrete. I don't need a ton of concrete, and that's a specific number. But yeah, concrete. Nothing too crazy. I mean, I'm bringing limestone in, take concrete out. This will eventually have to get to the encased steel beams, but for now, it's just here. Next, iron. This one is muy complicated. Let's see if I can't find. I've been trying to figure out how to hide these things. So this is like the underside of it. And like when I talk about it's like spaghetti under here. This is why you gotta have a floor like this so you can just like spaghettify it like crazy. But this is iron rods and iron plates. This is our output. This is actually going to our storage. Currently I'm putting in a bunch of concrete through my storage. Yeah, plates and rods, obviously they're gonna go to an assembler pyramid where we make modular frames, rotors, reinforced iron plates. But yeah, these two are done. Yeah, we got 6 constructors on this level. These are for rods, and they all are at 250%, so they all produce 300 or 37.5 rods, which is a total of 225. And then we got a little bit cramped area in here for our plates. We're making a total, how many plates are we making? 220 plates. So, and they're all being made here. Super cool. We're done with the pyramid showcase. Next pyramids I'm making are probably going to be one over here for copper. Basically, one pyramid is going to house the copper production. And then probably I got to do screws too, but I don't know where I'm going to put that at. So screws and copper are going to be on the docket next episode. By the way, I've dolled up this interior portion a bit. Looks good. Added lights. Put the manufacturer in here, or I'm sorry, the blueprint designer in here. Gotta fix that. Yeah, nothing's changed too much down here. Let's go up. I've cleaned it up just a teensy bit. This top area, or the middle section, has changed a lot. As you can see, I've changed my storage. I basically just went wall to wall to wall with storage here. And all the most of these items are being put up into a, what is this again? I gotta remember these names. Dimensional depot up to here. Yeah, I've added some extra spots, so I have this. We haven't made that yet. This is going to be sort of like, oh, I need to fix that. That's not supposed to be getting concrete. We'll do it live. I'm glad I saw that though. This is going to be getting any milestone parts, so I left an any on here, so that explains that. Let's get all that out of there. There we go. Yeah, I'm running the concrete through to check to see if there's any sort of kinks in the system. So far, not too bad. Space elevator parts, like this is temporary. We're not going to be, why? Oh yeah, Annie, that's right. This is going to be anything that's like milestone related, but you know, just because if I were to accidentally drop this in the sink bin, I wouldn't want it to get sunk. I don't know. I'm just trying to fill out some of these spots. Like here, I got space elevator parts. Like I'm never going to have space elevator parts in here. Sam stuff. Apparently you can't sort summer sloops, which is a little bit distressing, but whatever. Some Caterium quartz stuff. This stuff, because it's not just one item, I'm not putting a dimensional depot up there. I'll do that when I actually make a factory for these things. Smokeless powder, power shards. Dude, the doggos have been going nuts for power shards. Not to mention, I went and explored a good bit down here in the grassy fields, so I got a ton of stuff. Speaking of which, I'm gonna do let's go up top. Let's see, we're gonna do our milestone that we're gonna do for this episode, and it's gonna be the jetpack. Let's do it.
Milestone reached. FICSIT has granted you the power of flight, provided you have a jetpack and the appropriate fuels. The jetpack refuels automatically while you are standing on a surface, and different fuel types will affect the jetpack's functionality. With this increased versatility, you will no doubt achieve efficiency levels previously unheard of.
Thank you, Ada. Jetpack is huge. I'm tempted to get through a couple other milestones, but let me... let's see. Let me do a MAM too real quick while I have a lot of stuff I want to take care of. No, I can't do that. Yeah, not there. I can do that. No, I can't do that. Man, I really gotta, I can't wait to do, I might actually do another milestone today. or right now, just to get this stuff done. We won't do a man thing. Let's go downstairs. Give me some of this. I'm gonna put this. I don't want to use my biofuel just yet. I'll start eating into my fuel. Uh-oh, I saw concrete. Where is it? Here. Yeah, I'll bring 2. Was there concrete in here? That's a no-no. Okay, good. So, jetpack. Put it on the back. It goes on the back. It's basically going to replace preferred fuel is packaged fuel. So this is going to basically replace our parachute. And in most circumstances, it's going to be more helpful. So you just tap space and you just puff your jetpack. Boop, boop, boop. This is super awesome. Once you use up that bar down at the bottom left, this bar, once it goes all the way down, you drop. So you got to make sure to stop using it at that point. This is going to be extremely nice because I struggle. Oh, I need to block that. Yeah, be careful. But yeah, I've been struggling to like jump over some of this stuff, so I can just boop boop. I want to show off one more thing before let's do another milestone. That's what we got to do. I gotta stay on task. What's this next milestone? Boom, tier 5 is done. Yeah, there's not much to show you. We already did. We got some more inventory, which is fantastic, and jetpack. I've shown you all this stuff. Nothing too crazy. Now let's look at. This is what I'm curious about. I want to do this or I want to do this. Train. I feel like that's going to take a little bit of time. Let me do this one. I basically have, I'm telling you, I had a bunch of time and I had this stuff ready. The pod's not back. Let's see. I got a bunch of concrete. Let's get rid of some of this concrete and tackle a couple MAMS things. Do I have computers in here? No, I used a bunch of computers for those programmable splitters. I actually can do some of these. Turns out you have plenty of Mercer spheres, so you don't have to worry about eating into them for this stuff. Let's do this. Enables uploading from the inventory. So this means I think I can just drag from inventory into the dimensional depot.
Manual depot uploader unlocked. Storage dimension and pocket dimension now connected both ways and stable. Parts can now be uploaded to the storage dimension directly from the inventory. Note: the storage dimension now understands the boundaries of the pocket dimension and recognizes the distinction between matter belonging to the Pioneer's inventory and matter belonging to the Pioneer.
The window within the shallows within the deep, curling around itself separately, echoes strangely.
I'm sure strange is the correct term for what this must feel like to you.
Thank you. Yeah. 7. So I can do both of these to speed. I really like the stack one though. Yes, we will do that. I have a big surprise for y'all too at the end of this.
Dimensional expansion increased to 300%. New understanding of matter manipulation technology allows the dimensional storage to deconstruct all matter to the subatomic level, storing its elementary particles until the part is recalled.
You are digging into deeper layers. Shallow matter contains window symphonies and void songs and deep echoes.
It is fascinating what one can find out simply by looking closer.
I love those messages. I got a ton of those messages while I was out exploring. It was awesome.
Milestone reached. Manufacturers can receive up to 4 inputs for the production of complex parts, such as computers and heavy modular frames, but most importantly the 2 new project parts. The modular engine and adaptive control unit are essential for the development of Phase 3 of Project Assembly. You are making good progress. The future is starting to look bright.
All right. I need plastic for this thing. I just want to show off this building because I'm gonna potentially put in some temporary stuff here. This is a manufacturer. 4 inputs, 1 output. This thing is a beast. It has I have some recipes already. I can start automating these. But these are all the automated parts. We're gonna get to this. I'm probably gonna make a temporary computer setup over there by my oil, and then similarly I might start work slowly producing these space elevator parts, but these are pretty cool. 4 inputs. These things take a ton of power though. I'll select one. 55 megawatts, so that's pretty hefty. So now let me show you the surprise I have had a decent amount of time to work on some stuff. And one of those things I've been working on was a new coal setup. We needed the power, especially if the space, or with the starter base coming together, I gotta have some more power. And the nodes by the where I currently have the power set up are not doing it. So I think it's what, it's just my wife opening a dishwasher right next to me, interrupting. We're doing important stuff over here. Thank you. I'm recording for the first time with my family in the house. So far, it's just going great. Anyway, I did a ton of exploring. What did I do between this episode and last? Like I said, I dolled up the factory pretty heavily. It's got lights, it's got signs, it's got, what's the term? I don't even know I customized it. I painted it. Oh yeah, this is pretty cool. So we got 4 miners over here. And with the Mark IV belts, I'm able to grab 300 coal per minute out of each of these miners, which is exciting because that means I have a total of 1,200 coal to sink into some coal generators. It's a little bit of a ways to belt, but it's all right. I always use this spot for this exact purpose. Anytime I've ever played on this map, I just drag all the coal out here, and then there's a ton of water, and you can basically just build out super far. And there's the coal factory. It's not really a factory, it's a generator. But yeah, all these machines that you see are overclocked, which is saving me on a lot of space, which is nice. But as you can see, we're producing, our max production at the moment is 7,850 megawatts. This alone, it's a little loud. This alone is what's going to power the starter factory. Eventually, that coal that I have over here, I mean, it's 2 normal nodes and 2 impure nodes. And I'm currently using it to stockpile some steel resources, so it's just not useful at the moment. So this is the coal production. This, again, it's going to be all I need for the starter factory. I've shown you coal, so I don't really think I need to explain too much of this. The golden ratio for coal generators to water extractors is 8 coal generators to 3 water extractors. So what I did is I did that ratio and then just overclocked all of the machines to 250, and that exactly eats up 300 resources a minute. It's pretty exciting. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave off here. We took care of a lot of important stuff today, especially with our starter base. And in fact, we are not done. I think I have like 9 to 10 pyramids to build, and I've only built 4. So but the next pyramids are going to be relatively more easy because they don't require so much logistics. I will not have to do so much splitting nonsense with them, hopefully. Except for the screw one. The screw one's going to be a bit of that, but the rest are going to be like assemblers and will already have split lines going to them. And it's not like any of those assembler parts make like a significant amount of resources that I would need to sync them, or that I would need to split them up. So we'll tackle that next episode. So I'm going to leave you off here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of the Pioneer Orientation and Optimization program. I'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you, subscribe.